Welcome to the battle. Boys, we're going to begin by spinning the gin.
Could you put some trousers on before we do this?
Ready? Whoever side the cork lands on gets the first pick of ingredients and will cook first.
Hello.
Be nice.
Absolutely not.
Just lift cloche A. Jamie, you can pick which protein you'd like to use. Whichever you don't use will be left to Barry.
Wait a minute, Jamie, you're in a really,
I'm in a pickle.
You are in a pickle.
I'm in a pickle. Do I go for fish that I don't cook that often? Or do I go for livers that I cook even less often? I'll go for the salmon, I think.
Barry, you can take the livers on your side.
Really? Yeah.
The good news is, Baz, you get more thinking time.
Not useful.
Think about those livers. Right.
Jay, lift cloche B. Which would you like to use?
Ooh, dill or chives? Which one goes best with salmon? But which one goes worst with livers?
No.
Chives can go with anything, can't they? I'll have some chives.
No. Dill and salmon are made to be together.
Deliver something great.
Jamie wins.
Ah, yes.
And cloche C.
Tell you what, Baz, you can lift the cloche. Grapefruit segments or pear halves?
Which tinned fruit would you like, Jay?
What?
Neither? Just trying to imagine I'm eating a pear. Here comes some fish. Why are you here? Don't know. I'm eating a grapefruit. Oh, that's sour. Have some fish with it? That doesn't help either.
I think if you're eating grapefruits, you might forget you're eating liver. That might work for me.
Could do, couldn't it? I think I'm going to choose grapefruits.
Some great choices there, Jay. Salmon, chive and grapefruit. Barry, you're working with liver, dill and pear. You both have 15 minutes to create one plate of food. Could be an appetizer, a main dish, a dessert, whatever you want to do. Probably not a dessert. However, Jamie, you're cooking first with very little thinking time. Let's get set. Right, Jay, you're up first. Not much thinking time. We're kind of throwing you straight in. Your 15 minutes starts now.
Right, first of all, I've got to get this salmon cooked. I think the only way I'm going to do that in this time is to try and cook it in the oven on a preheated baking tray, which I put in at the same time that I put my oven on. Maybe 12 to 14 minutes for that, maybe. We'll see. In the meantime, let's get some garlic chopped.
Right, Jamie, I've been inspired by your work. I'm going bold.
Go bold. It's the only way.
Get some bacon in. First of all, I want that to render down, crisp up and release some delicious fats, which I'll be cooking my liver in later.
Liver and bacon, a classic combination in British cooking.
It is. Chuck in some pears and you've got what?
Well, let's not give him too many ideas.
Here's what I'm thinking. No, not the garlic.
What are you doing?
I'm going to make a salmon pie.
No, you're not.
I am.
Jamie.
I am.
He's back.
Oh, I've missed this.
A salmon pot pie, but I can't cook it all together in the way that you normally would because I don't have time. So, I need like a ramekin type thing.
A pass it on moment. Yes!
Always. Jamie, what about the grapefruit?
Grapefruit can come later. Basically, I need to... Oh, no. I need to cook the salmon, and I also need to make a salmon base. Cut out 2 rings of pastry onto preheated baking tray, into the oven.
So far, 2 things on trays in the oven. A good, safe, secure, even form of cooking if the things you got in there are the right size and the right temperature to cook. I'd have called those discs, not rings, but...
You put, pardon?
Nothing.
Out of these 3 ingredients, I can see many combinations for 2s. Different 2s at different times. It's when all 3 are put together, it gets really tricky. Liver and peaches work. still the peaches work. It's the three together really screw me over.
Just so you know, you're working with the other fruit that begins with P. It's not a peach, it's a pear.
Pear! I knew that. There are two things that I kind of know what to do with livers. One, flour, fry them off. And I was thinking I could then put that in like an apple and pear sauce. But then the dill kind of throws it off. I didn't know what to do with it. So therefore I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a pate or a parfait with the livers. Which one is it?
Well, it
Parfait.
depends on how you make it.
Well, let's see what happens.
Pate tends to be quite coarse, definitely cold. And a parfait has got a lot more dairy fat through it. Smooth, pure, and also cold.
It's got to be perfect, isn't it?
This will not be cold.
So what you're making is a liver puree?
Yeah, sure. A liver spread. A warm liver spread.
Also a thing that's lovely when it's cold.
So I've got some smoky bacon frying off, releasing some fats. I've got some onions that I want to cook for 3 or 4 minutes to go translucent. I will also grate some garlic, ready to go in a minute as well.
In a 15-minute battle, I love the hack of just going straight onto a grater with garlic. You've done it in a fraction of the time it took Jay to peel and dice.
If you're enjoying this, there are some small things you can do that make a big difference to us. Like the video, subscribe if you aren't, click the notification bell and select all. Thanks.
What I'm thinking is like a salmon pot pie where I can get the salmon cooked in the oven, I can get pastry cooked in the oven, and then in the meantime I can make like a base to the pie, like a stewy type thing, and add the salmon in at the last minute and add the pie top on top.
Great. I can see you've got tomato puree, garlic, smoked paprika, 3 strong flavours that work together.
Yep.
I'm guessing that's the stew for your salmon pie.
Yes. What's a really great stew that you put orange into?
Feijoada.
Feijoada. So could I create similar flavours and add grapefruit in? I'm going to have to make it sweeter because grapefruit isn't as sweet as orange, but it does have a similar citrusy nature to it.
Is feijoada a really fishy dish, or is it the really meat?
No, really, really meat dish
Yeah,
that's
I
cooked
thought
for
it
hours
was.
and hours and hours
Yeah.
with beans. However, he has a good point. The orange is there as an almost digestif to kind of cut through the richness and help your digestion get on with all that meaty, beany goodness.
So what I'm thinking is we'll add in the grapefruit into the stewy bit itself, and then also I'm thinking like a creme fraiche grapefruit at the end as a drizz.
Interesting choices. We haven't done flavour pairings for a while. This could be revolutionary.
This could be a brand new one, Ebbers.
I've never put tomato and grapefruit together, I don't think.
Have you not?
No.
Missing out.
Perhaps so. Perhaps so.
What grows together goes together.
Where are you growing your grapefruit?
Well, they're in the same aisle in the supermarket, aren't they?
A couple of things I'm observing. Play to safety nets. When you've only got 15 minutes and you've been thrown this huge challenge, then go with cuisines you're more familiar with. He's kind of saying Spanish vibes. Tomato, smoked paprika, garlic, onion, makes sense.
I've got some of the fat out of the bacon, so I should carry that going in the oven. I'll use this pan to cook my livers in.
So you're making a liver puree, which, don't get me wrong, sounds fantastic. What's it going to go with?
So my thinking here is, the place I love having a pate in the most is a banh mi. So I'm going down a banh mi sort of route, but with no Vietnamese influence whatsoever.
You're making a pate. You're making a pate sandwich.
Well, yeah, a pate sandwich with a fruity salsa in it as well, and some smoky bacon.
The bacon and liver, a great combination. If that's where you're going to use your pears in with the garlic and onion and stuff, also clever.
These only need a few minutes on either side. Oh my goodness, that's hotter than I thought it was going to be.
You've had a third of your time.
Ah, spitty, so spitty.
So in both these instances, we always try to keep it simple when it comes to 15-minute cooking. Don't overthink it. Less is more, just do it well.
We are not overthinking things here.
No need to reinvent the wheel, just go classic.
Add some tomato paste in, cook that out. Add some smoked paprika, cooking out. And then I'm going to deglaze that pan with, let's go balsamic because it's deep.
How saucy is your pie going to be?
Pardon?
Chili and balsamic at the moment. And these are all flavours that work. that he's currently cooking. He's still got 2 on the table he needs to use. Those I'm more concerned for.
That's doing that, that's fine, but how am I going to... Right, it's got to have to be grapefruit segments.
You picked these ingredients!
I know, but out of what, Barry? Out of what? Now, I've got some juice, but I want the fibre.
Interestingly, straight off with the salmon, we were thinking that with the acidity of grapefruit, you could do like a cure, almost like a ceviche with the salmon, with the acidity and the acid of grapefruit, or a salsa to go with some salmon. How are you feeling, Jay?
How long have I got?
You've had a third of your time.
In that case, I'm feeling okay. With the current increase in the cost of living, we're all having to rethink how we shop and cook our meals.
We think our app, Sidekick, is the solution.
We've made over 100 recipe packs containing more than 300 recipes available all the time, giving you more choice than ever.
Just plan what you want to eat for the week, generate one shopping list, shopping wherever suits your budget,
And those ingredients will be split across all of your week's meals.
reducing your shopping spend and reducing your food waste. It's completely free for 30 days, so give it a go and see if it's right for you.
So I think I'm right in saying you want these to be nice and brown on the outside, but slightly blush in the middle. Yeah? Ish.
With chicken livers, they can be a little bit, as long as they are certainly warm throughout. You wouldn't want to serve them anyway, but you're absolutely right, a nice sear golden colour. In this case, in bacon fat, you can also do it in butter, or whatever else you've got to hand.
Right, that's done. Go in there. They're going to go in a minute. Now to move on to my salsa. Salsa.
Tinned fruit, always a nice quick hack if you haven't got seasonal fruit to hand, because you can guarantee they'll always be just the right texture and consistent because of the canning process. Obviously don't even need cooking like fresh fruit, but will also just hold up their shape if you did want to sear it, caramelise it, grill it. All these options are possible.
I also want to put some avocado in my salsa as well because, well...
I mean, avocado is a pear, so...
What?
You have 6 minutes remaining.
Oh, wow, that's no time, is it?
That's gone
Holy
very
moly.
quick.
That is no time. The livers now go into the blender. Give these a blitz up with a load of butter and some cream to get the right consistency.
Is this going to plan for you at the moment?
It's going to plan, but not to time.
Right.
So I don't know if I'm going to make it, if I'm honest.
Why did your plan not include the time? Surely that's the main bulk of the plan is I have to do this in this time.
That may have been where I...
This explains a lot about our working relationship, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Okay, blitz, 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 blitz.
Any ingredients missing from that?
Seasoning, there's no seasoning at all yet.
Could have done a flambe.
Okay, that is very...
Classically, you would absolutely flambe something like a brandy over livers as they pan fry. What you want is the acidity of alcohol to cut through the richness of all the butter he's put in there.
Hey, this is weird, isn't it? I'm pouring grapefruit juice and blitzed up grapefruits.
Hey, last time, Mike threw in rhubarb into a curry and it won in the challenge.
It absolutely did, as long as you're playing to the flavour programs. At the moment, he's got heat and smoke. He's got onion, not the garlic yet, it's still on the board. And tomato, rich tomato paste. Tomato and grapefruit is throwing me a little bit.
Well, let's have a taste, shall we? I like that.
That's all that matters.
I like that.
Almost, except I'm judging it.
Now, what it does need is some sweetness.
A little pinch of sugar with tomatoes can be a good idea. A little pinch of sugar with grapefruit can be a good idea. Honey, you're adding another nuance. Quite like that.
Well, this isn't just any honey, Evans. This is M&S wildflower honey. So I imagine that that's going to add.
Ooh.
You've got 4 minutes left.
Bloody hell.
Where's the bread part of this sandwich?
Yeah, I know. Come on, blend.
Are you as confused by pear and avocado in a bowl as I am?
I think what it's doing at the moment is it's yes.
This is good. This might not work. I'm gonna be honest with you.
How saucy is your sauce?
At the moment, not very. What I might do, I could just blitz it all up, couldn't I?
Could you?
I could, couldn't I? I could just blitz it all up and keep adding some grapefruit juice in until it gets to the right consistency. So So I've just tasted that. The honey has mellowed out the grapefruit, so you've got a bit more balance.
To me, I'm beginning to think what you've done here is a really interesting twist on sweet and sour. What you've done is tomato puree and honey and vinegar, which is a bit like a ketchup, and you've added in smoked chili and the sourness of grapefruit.
All completely on purpose.
Sweet and sour Spanish.
Sweet and sour, oh no, I didn't say that. That is, don't come for me.
Yeah, my goodness. How long left?
Coming up to 2.5 minutes left as he uses his third ingredient, dill.
What I can do is take that out of the oven, flake it into the sauce. It will continue to cook in the sauce, whereas I need to move my pastry lids to the top.
2 minutes left, Baz.
Ah! Okay, so I've got my avocado, pear, dill, chilli, lemon, and a bit of oil.
That's a spaff combo. I like that. Get some oven gloves. What I'm going to do is... What do you mean, what am I doing? Barry, I cook salmon all the time. You don't do it like that. Cook your livers. Now that is much less cooked in the thicker parts.
So far, that's not dissimilar to what I would have done with the ingredients, except I wouldn't have pureed them.
It's perfectly done. Perfectly done. Look at that. That is excellent. Oh, what else should I add into that? Let's get some sweet corn.
This is what happens when you don't have any planning. 30 seconds.
Don't blitz it, just stir it in.
What does acid and cream do?
Yeah, split.
I'm happy with the way it looks. Not got a flipping clue how it's going to taste.
Where are your chives going in the last minute?
Chives. Yeah, wait.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step away. That was a mad 15 minutes, but you have something on the plate to present. Let's get these into the sexies. Straight off, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but it is fun to sometimes put you normals under some pressure because you're getting pretty good at this, as is evident by 2 dishes. So let's start over here with Jamie. You had salmon, chive, and grapefruit. And you've made a kind of like salmon and sweet corn, smoky, spicy, garlicky, tomatoey grapefruit pot pie.
You put so much in this.
That's exactly how it would read on a menu. Yep.
I like what you've done there, which is, every time you add an ingredient, you go, oh, that's not worked, what can I do to save it? And you've kept trying to save it so many times that you've ended up with something so confused. I can see a logic. I'm not sure it's your best effort. But what I think is really good, genuinely, is understanding which flavours are there and how to balance them out. So when it was too bitter, you went in with honey and sweet corn, which is going to give you that sweetness. And the smoky chilli as well. It's a cross between like a rich tomato sauce, a barbecue sauce, and a sweet and sour sauce. If you had chicken in that instead of salmon, and you hadn't burned the tomato, that would actually be delicious. I'm not sure it works with salmon, and grapefruit creme fraiche wouldn't be my first choice. I'm squishing it so it doesn't go everywhere when I pick it up.
I have no idea. I was really happy after you'd done you squashed it, how that looked. That could be awful.
Luckily I squished it. It tastes quite French classical, but without the seasoning and the balance. So like pan-fried liver, bacon, sweet toasted brioche, and like a pear chutney, which is where you're getting your dill and your little bit of spice from. It's quite nice. I feel like your liver pate, puree, paste spread could have had more of a... That's where you could have put some vinegar through it or a little bit of alcohol to burn off to give some acidity, because that's quite rich. As a flavour combo, as an idea and as a presentation, I think that was really smart in 15 minutes. And when I'm picking at holes by saying it needs a bit more acidity, it's yummy, and I would finish the rest. So last time we did one of these, we had a 15-minute speedy cooking badge, but I think this time it's all about improvisation. You've chosen or been given ingredients, you've got to make them work in 15 minutes and think on your feet. And with that in mind, the dish that I would love to recreate again and would happily eat is Baz. So combining those flavours means you absolutely get an improvisation badge and take the win for today.
Yes!
I like your thinking.
You don't need to say it to me quietly. Just, you don't need to like pull me to one side. I don't need like a pep talk. I just need...
I think you might.
Right.
Over to you guys. Bit of a challenge. If you were given the same combination of ingredients, what would you have cooked in 15 minutes? Comment down below.
Probably not that. But maybe.
Probably
better.
not.
Right.
What? Oh, yeah. Wow. I thought that was easy.
Twice sliced.